seen like kids go into the art world and make it? Have you seen like some of your past?
Few.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some really stellar examples.
Yes.
Let's see. There's a cover of one of those scenes with that one.
Yep.
This was done 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, in '06, by a boy named Brian Liu. And Brian graduated from Galileo last spring. He got almost a full scholarship from CCA.
Wow.
And
that's not easy.
He's a brilliant young artist.
Oh, that is
great.
A story. Wow.
Betty Lee, who was an intern a number of years ago, who went to Davis when she graduated and has become a visual artist.
This is kind of an overarching question. How important do you think art is in children's lives? And the second question, do you feel like art is healing?
Oh, all of the above. Absolutely. There's no doubt at all in my mind that art is a way to enlarge the sense of the world and enlarge our capabilities and confidence to deal with it. And I don't think there's anything else that does that.
How do you find artists to work with the students? Are they volunteers, or do you call them?
In the case of the architects this year, we've been really blessed to have 2 people who've been volunteering.
Oh, wow.
But normally we pay people. It's, it's a stipend. It's not large. But we raise money from foundations and from city government to pay the artists who work with kids. So there's a core group of interdisciplinary artists who are really interested in this kind of work.
Right.
And we try to find people whose own artwork, whose own careers are nourished by this work.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's really important, and it works well when that happens.
Yeah.
Symbiotic, like a symbiotic relationship.
The 2 are feeding each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go back.
545 Sutter, and that's where we were for most of this time, until everyone in that building received eviction notices. So at some time, and that was, I guess that was in '06.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
It was a very shocking experience because we'd had a pretty low rent, and people were used to us being there. The kids were used to being there. So we went on a search we wanted to keep the program downtown where it had always been.
Right.
And we wanted, because in a major way, we really wanted the teenagers to become accustomed to being in downtown part of the city, and where they could have access to all the museums and facilities and the galleries and so on. We do a lot of field trips with them too. So that was a tough order.
Yeah.
And we were shown at maybe 11 or 12 places, and finally the man who was helping us find the real estate guy showed us this building which hadn't been occupied for a couple of years. And this just had to be it.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It had to be it.
Yeah.
And so we went into really, really heavy-duty fundraising. And so we had to renovate the basement to make a facility for the interns, because it was a very low ceiling, dark little place, and we really transformed it. That was our major renovation. it couldn't be renovated soon enough for us just to move from our old place to here. So we spent 2 or 3 months, or maybe even more, in a little office, in an office building on Sutter Street. And that was Tony and Adria. I don't know if you met Adria. She's another musician who's associate director of the gallery. And but then what to do with the kids? Because the kids program had to go forward. It couldn't just be sort of dropped in the midst. And we discovered that on our street over on Sutter in the 500 block, there's a theater. And the theater has a black box theater, which means a small practice theater. And they were willing for a very low rental to rent it to us, so the kids could go there every day after school. That's where they did this amazing piece.
That is amazing. And was there a theme around it, or was it just expression?
There's a theme. Oh, clearly it had to do with bringing light out of darkness.
Yes.
And the kids called it something like light through a dark window.
Wow.
And so...
Beautiful. Yeah. Do you think that the inspiration was kind of the transition?
Yes.
Because there was probably some unknown.
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I think that's a very profound insight on your part. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah.
And it was their way too of rooting themselves as the transition plays.
So this is a beautiful example of artist transformation.
It is.
And process as healing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, sort of, to me, this is using art as a way of working through something.
Yeah.
You know, they were working through the unknown.
Yes.
And
how
beautiful.
And how amazing the power of art. Once again, it's like art roots you. It roots you into our being.
The other thing that we really haven't talked about yet is that one of the beauties of all of this is that the kids are in and out of a working gallery every day.
Yeah.
And they have contact with every artist who shows the work here. Usually they're artist instructors is our name for the people who teach. Usually they require that the kids really come to grips with work in a show. You asked some time ago about kids who go on to become professional artists and so on. That has happened in very significant ways, but that's not our central purpose. We aren't an art school in that sense. Peter Wu was a really terrific intern several years ago, and he's working at Wells Fargo now. And there are people who've gone into engineering, and there's 2 people very, very interested in architecture.
Yeah.
And there's someone that we know of who's gotten into environmental work.
Great.
And there are many very many who've gone on to City College, and sometimes, so that's one of the things that we're proud of, is that we stress, and Amy Burke always stressed this, that we're really expecting you to go on. And we want to help you do that.
Sweet, right. So basically you're just instigating the hunger for learning.
Yes.
It seems as though that's your primary goal.
Yes, that's true. Hunger for learning and hunger for opening your mind about the arts.
Well, and also about the possibilities of your own life.
Yeah.
So
that's right, exactly.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
So that's fun.
Yeah. That was fun. Thank you.